Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about the Great Reset in this video. And what we're going to talk about first, actually looks like what's going on over at Twitter. So Klaus Schwab hires millions of information warriors to seize control of the internet. According to Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum, misinformation on the internet is an infodemic that is potentially deadly and requires a cure. The definition of misinformation, according to the World Economic Forum, is any content on the internet that they disagree with. This means the World Economic Forum's hundreds of thousands of information warriors will be engaged in the act of shutting down dissent against the globalist elite. But we're not talking about misinformation. A lot of what's talked about is coming right out of Klaus Schwab's own mouth. And this is just censorship. That's what it is. Then there's this. It's hard to believe we never seen the warning signs. Look at Elon Musk and what the World Economic Forum has to say. So carbon tax. Why carbon tax is crucial to curbing climate change. World Economic Forum. Elon Musk. It's high time there was a carbon tax. Universal basic income. World Economic Forum says 4 reasons cities should embrace universal basic income. Elon Musk says, as a reminder, I'm in favor of universal basic income. Then the injections, 3 tactics to overcome COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. World Economic Forum says, Elon Musk, to be clear, I do support vaccines in general and COVID vaccines specifically. The science is unequivocal. World Economic Forum on transhumanism. Would you let your employer implant a microchip in your hand? These workers have. Elon Musk, creating a neurolace is a thing that really matters for humanity to achieve symbiosis with machines. One world government. In his talk at the World Economic Forum, Elon Musk discussed how society needs to work together to create some kind of world government. He stated that this would be necessary to address the challenges currently posed by climate change and artificial intelligence. So you see how he says pretty much the same thing the World Economic Forum is saying. But then we see things like this. World Economic Forum is increasingly becoming an unelected world government that the people never asked for and don't want. So is he doing a double standard? Because some of the things he says, it looks like he's fighting back against the World Economic Forum, and he's in favor of what me and you are in favor of, freedom. But then on the other hand, he's talks right in line with the World Economic Forum. Take a listen to him on universal basic income.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better.
Okay.
What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
So again, he's talking about AI taking jobs, but then he also came out and talked about slowing down AI, not letting AI get ahead of humans. So then this happened. I hope it's a really bad joke, but this is reportedly the new Twitter CEO, pro-mask, pro-vax, and a participant in the World Economic Forum. And not a bad joke, and people were warned. Now, where did we hear that before? And out of almost 12,000 votes, 76% said no, they don't support Elon Musk's new choice for Twitter CEO. So what's your opinion? Is Elon Musk just doing a double standard or playing like both sides of the fence? Let me know in the comment section down below. Then there's this. World Economic Forum predicts AI will replace 83 million human jobs by 2030. And the roles at risk being replaced by AI include bank tellers, postal workers, cashiers, ticket sellers, data entry teams, secretaries, stockkeeping clerks, accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll checks, or clerks. But it's going to go much beyond that as well. A lot of people are definitely going to lose their job. And that's why they have to set up that universal basic monthly income. Then there's this. We need to create the universal basic income fast. So at 2 points, there's two scenarios. We reinvent a world without work and organize a transition for the old generations to learn how to live in a world without work while being able to sustain their livelihood. We don't, and we end up in total chaos and civil wars. So if people automatically were just put out of work without any money, people would uprise against AI. They would be fighting back. You would see people burning cities to the ground. But if they were offered some kind of money from the government on a monthly basis so that they could survive, they would go along with it. And even people I talk to outside of, crypto, I said to them, what about a universal basic income? And most people said, well, as long as I could do whatever I want to do all day, it wouldn't bother me. I would take the government money. But it comes at a cost. If you say things they don't like, they could shut that money off. They could also control what you spend that money on. And most likely, you will end up being a slave. You will not have any kind of money to do the things you want to do in the end. That's why I always said it seems like it's important for you to enrich yourself before all of this happens. Then there's this. So tell me that I can be replaced by a machine. I'm fine. This machine's productivity will be taxed so that you have enough money. Awesome. But if this machine also takes my livelihood, I'm not fine and I'm going to destroy that machine. That's what this writer has said. But they're supposed to put a tax on companies that are going to utilize AI. That tax money is how they're going to pay you the universal basic income. But I don't think it's a good idea in any way. What do you think on that? Klaus Schwab, get used to no privacy. You must behave as you were told to behave. Take a listen.
Dans ce nouveau monde, on doit accepter une transparence, et je dirais même une transparence totale. Le secret bancaire, tout va être transparent. Et il faut s'habituer, il faut se comporter ainsi. Ça devient, comment dirais-je, intégré dans votre personnalité, mais si on n'a rien à cacher, il ne faut pas avoir peur.
So you see what he's saying? Through the implant, you have to do what you're told to do, or there would be consequences. It's going to be fully a transparent world. You're going to be under their supervision at all times. That's why they're pushing for the 15-minute cities. Breaking national border to justify E-Verify for federal surveillance. Been saying this for a while. Mass immigration leads to digital ID. And most people never really looked at this way. So right now, think about it. You're going to have a digital ID when you come into this country. Later, they're going to make citizens get a digital ID as well, so they know if you were born here or not. They're going to say it's for your benefit, but that's exactly what this can lead to in the future. Everything that we see happening is happening for a reason, and a lot of people still don't seem to understand that. Open borders is part of World Economic Forum. Cbdcs is part of the World Economic Forum agenda. Digital IDs, part of their agenda. Everything that you talk about that you see in the headlines can be tied right back to the World Economic Forum. Now, this is the one thing I want to point out. This has to do with digital IDs. So healthcare, think about how they could use that against you. Say you have a health condition, but you're applying for a job. Well, at that job, they're most likely going to scan your digital ID. They're going to know that you have some sort of health condition, and they're not going to give you the job. That's how that could be used against you. Financial services, you speak out, they lock up your money. Food and sustainability ensures that certain people are in control of the food supply. Travel and mobility. Now, that's going to be a big one, because if your social credit score is low, they won't let you travel in the future, or if you don't have enough carbon credits. Humanitarian response to access services to demonstrate qualifications to work in a foreign country. So in other words, that tells you whether or not you can leave the country as well. E-commerce, to shop, to conduct business transactions and secure payments. So if you say, for instance, your money's locked up, you can no longer buy things or buy certain things as well. They could control your shopping, whatever you buy. Social platforms for social interactions to access third-party services. That's why you always see how they're trying to tie digital IDs in with certain websites, tie it into the internet. In the future, you're going to need a digital ID just to get onto the internet if they have their way. E-government for citizens to access and use services, file taxes, vote, collect benefits. So in the future, if you go to file your taxes, they're going to want you to they're going to require you to have a digital ID. Telecommunications for users to own and use devices, for service providers to monitor devices and data on the network. So if you don't have a digital ID, you might not be able to get cell phone service in the future. Smart cities to monitor devices and sensors transmitting data such as energy usage, air quality, and traffic congestion to keep track of your carbon footprint. So when we say the two words, digital identity or digital ID, it's just two little words, but it's tied to so much more. That's what I wanted to point out there. We all need to be out talking to our own communities. I meet 100 plus new people a month and it works. And this is talking about Executive Order 14067. You need to make as many people as possible aware of this executive order. It allows politicians and bankers digital tracking and control of your spending. Works like a coupon voucher. It's not your money. It can only be spent on approved items. Can be assigned a location in which you may spend, thus limiting your ability to travel. Can be assigned a carbon score to limit your ability to purchase items like gas and meat. Limit your ability to save cash for emergencies or to escape domestic violence. And that's the other thing, universal basic income, if you don't use it, you will lose it. It will vanish, may be confiscated or frozen without due process of law. Every transaction is recorded forever. There is no anonymity, no garage sales, and no swap meets. And you can actually download that here at resistcbdc.com. And it gives you all types of information to share with others. But I do these videos because I want to wake people up. I don't know what's going on with Elon Musk. And again, I was pro Elon Musk for a while. I like the freedom of speech idea. I like that people could say whatever they want on Twitter. And believe me, people have really put that to the test. Maybe a lot have went too far with it. But again, it's nice to have that ability. And as we go into the future, we need to keep those freedoms. We need to keep all of our freedom. We don't want to end up as slaves in the future. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.